I'm Joe Riley. I'd like to share some thoughts I have with you about the challenge of dealing with drainage in our community and especially the Crosstown. It's the largest, most complicated, and most costly. And the Crosstown drainage problem was created when a highway was put through that part of our city around 45 years ago, and substantially over an old creek bed. The drainage wasn't attended to when the state and federal highways were constructed, and we've been paying the price ever since. It's a huge area, or drainage basin as we call it, 500 acres, about 20% of the peninsula. It goes actually from about the middle of Hampton Park to the middle of the Medical University, and from Meeting Street all the way to the Ashley River. The only way to deal with this was to go underground, because all the water is collected and goes to the river where the water is already there. The tide goes up, it can't get out. So we spent $8 million with a state-of-the-art engineering solution. We go down 140 feet, 11 shafts drilled, and then with a drilling tunneling system that is done amazingly, directionally, to create a tunnel system under the city where all of the water will go and eventually flow to a pump station on the Ashley River, which will be constructed between the two Ashley River bridges, and will be able to pump 480,000 gallons of water per minute out into the Ashley River when the tide is high and when there's a torrential rainfall going on. We can solve the drainage problem. The cost is huge, $154 million. What we did not do is say, well, that's someone else's problem and we're not going to worry about it. We spent the $8 million to design it and then started working to solve it a piece at a time, which is what we all know how we deal with complicated problems. We do a piece and get it moving. So we worked hard and got a federal grant, heavy competition around the country. 1,400 applications, 51 were selected. Charleston's one of those 51 for a $12 million contract that is now underway to begin the surface collection on the Crosstown. We then met with the State DOT Commission here in Charleston and their great new executive director, and they have been presented with a $15 million grant application from the city for their share. Then we're in discussion with the State Infrastructure Bank to ask them for a $89 million funding component, and then the city will provide substantial additional monies with some federal monies so that the entire $154 million project will be funded. It's my commitment that all of these monies will be in place and that this project will be underway, all phases, in the next 4 years, and we will once and for all solve this drainage problem that was not created by the city. It was created by the construction of the highway, but I accept the responsibility of making sure that it gets done. And a lot of really wonderful things happen as a result of this, in addition to meaning that you, wherever you live, if you live in the city or if you live East Poop or West Ashley, need to get through the peninsula when it's raining, or if you live on Johns Island or Hollywood or wherever, if you need to get through the city and go to the hospital when it's raining, you will be able to do so safely. But in addition to that, we're reknitting neighborhoods that were severed when this harsh Crosstown was cut through it in the 60s, something we wouldn't do now. There'll be a tree-lined median to make it softer. There will be pedestrian connections with brick-like materials put at the signalized intersections with pedestrian signals, and because of the median, there'll be a place halfway crossing. If you feel the need to stop, you can safely stop and wait for the next change of traffic. So people will be able to get through neighborhoods rather than an ugly cyclone fence and harsh barricades. You'll have a handsome highway that will be able to safely and efficiently carry the traffic. And when it's raining, you won't have to worry about your car being flooded out. If you have any questions about the Crosstown or any of our drainage challenges, please let me know. It's something we're working hard on every day. Thank you very much.